Good morning, everyone. Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so today we are going to discuss about the HDLC protocol. Yesterday I covered it a little bit, but mic was muted, so I'm going to repeat it again. Yeah. So HDLC is a high-level data link control protocol. Right. So basically, first it was developed as SDLC, Synchronous Data Link Control Protocol, and then it was standardized as High Level Data Link Control Protocol. And when we look at the frame format of this protocol, so this is a bit-oriented protocol. Right. And let us look at the frame format of this protocol. So here, first the beginning sequence is there. This is the beginning sequence. So everywhere the beginning sequence of the HDLC protocol will be like this: 0 and 6 times 1 and 0. So this is 8 bits, and then there is an address and a control uh, address, and then control, and then data. So this is together known as a header, and then you can say then we have data. So this is 8 byte. Again, the address and the control is 8 bytes. So combination of this is 16 bit headers, 8 bit, sorry, 8 bit. This 8 bit, this is 8 bit, and 16 bit header. And then we have some greater than 0 bits of data, and then we have checksum. So generally CRC is used over here, and then ending sequence of bit is there. So ending sequence of bit is same as the starting sequence of bit. So this is 0 and 6 times 1 and 0. Right? So this is the frame format of the HDLC protocol. So here this is the starting sequence, right? So it will indicate that a frame is going to be started. Right. Now we have address field and the control field. So address field, we know that it will be containing the addresses, right? Then we have the control field. Control field is used for the sequence number, acknowledgements, and other purposes. for the frame, right? Then we have the data field. Data field may contain any information or any data, right? Then we have the checksum field. This is a CRC field. A CRC code will be there, and it is used for the error control, right? So basically there are three types of frames. Three types of frames may be there in HDLC protocol. First one is information frame. Second one is supervisory frame. And the third one is unnumbered frame. So the content of the control field for these three kinds of frames are different, right? So we need to see the content of the control field in these three type of frames, right? So let us see the information frame, right? So here what we are going to show is control field, right? So the control field of information frame will be like this. It will be providing some information about the data, right? So first one bit will be set to 0, and then there will be a sequence number. So 3 bits, sequence number containing 3 bits. Then there is a 1 bit for pole or final bit. So if the final frame is there, it will be set to final, otherwise it will be set to pole, right? And then the next field. So next field is used for the piggybacking of the acknowledgement, right? So this is the information frame, and then we have the supervisory frame. Generally it is used for the error control and the flow control. Sorry. Right. So second one is supervisory frame. So let us see the control field of the supervisory frame. So here in the supervisory frame, the first bit is set to 1 and second bit is set to 0. Then there is a type field, and then there is a pole and final bit. So if it is a final frame, then it will be set to F, or if it is other than the final frame, then it will be set to P. Then next, right? So next is same, pole final is same, this is fixed, right? So we need to discuss this type field, right? So what will be the type field? So this is 1 bit, this is 1 bit, this is 2 bits, this is 1 bit, and 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. So this will be 3 bits. So size of all the fields is described over here, right? So now if we see at the type field, so if this type field is 0, 0, that means it is indicating that a receiver is ready. Right? Receiver is ready to receive the data. That means the type field is set to 0, 0. Right? If type field is set to 0, 1, that means receiver is not ready. Right? So because it is used, supervisory frames are used for the error control and the flow control. Here, if it is indicating that yes, particular receiver is ready, then sender may send the data, right? And if it's saying that a receiver is not ready, sender will wait for some time and then it will check whether the receiver is ready or not, right? And then 1, 0, that means receiver has rejected the data. So this is receiver reject. And if it's set to 1, 1, so if we have 2 bits, we can have 4 combinations of this 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, and 1, 1. Right? So all these 4 combinations are having different meanings, right? So in the first one is receiver ready, receiver not ready, receiver reject, and the last one is selective reject. So ultimately data has been rejected. Right. So this is the frame format, or you can say control field of the supervisory frame. Then we have the unnumbered frame. So let us look at the unnumbered frame. Right. So basically, it is used for acknowledgement or unnumbered information, right? So any arbitrary information you can include in this, and acknowledgement in the sense of damaged acknowledgement or any kind of acknowledgement will be there, right? So negative acknowledgement can also be included in this. So if we look at the control field of the unnumbered frame, the first bit is set to 1, the second bit is set to 1, right? Then we have the type field, and then we have the pole final bit, and then we have the modifier. Right. So this is different than other frames. In other frames, you are having the next uh, field, right? And here we are having the modifier, right? So size of all this field, this is 1 bit, this is 1 bit, this is 2 bit, this is 1 bit, and again this is 3 bits field, right? So here we have to discuss about this new field, the modifier field, right? So what is the modifier field? There may be different values possible for this modifier field. So if it is saying that type field as well as modifier field, right? So if the type field is 00 and the modifier field is 010, this is the disk mode, right? So if the type field is set to 11 and the modifier field is set to 001, this is the reset mode, right? And the third option is possible is that frame reject, right? If the frame has been rejected, if anyone is speaking. Yes, it was suddenly disconnected. I'm going to share the screen again. Right. So this was all about the uh, control field of all these types of frame in the HDLC protocol. Right. Then the next topic is what which is remaining is I'm audible, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so we were discussing about the on number frame. So basically, it was used for the control purposes. but it can also carry data when unreliable connection service is called, right? So it can use for both the purposes. Right? And one more topic from our syllabus is remaining is the Ethernet. So in this two chapters, the data link layer and the MAC sub layer, we have discussed the various protocols, right? Out of all these protocols, we may have one more protocol, which is Ethernet, right? So it is a part of the fourth chapter, the MAC sub layer from the book, and in your syllabus, the both the chapters are combined. So if we look at the frame format of the Ethernet. So basically your Ethernet is called as IEEE 802.3 standard. Right, if you consider the wireless then it was IEEE 802.11, right? So basic standards were there. So we may have different types of Ethernet. You can say, for example, it may be 10 base 2. So this 10 indicates the 10 Mbps, right? So this is a thin Ethernet. Similarly, you have based on the speed, you may have different types of Ethernet. So you have 1010 base 5. This is a thick Ethernet, right? Then you may have 10 base T. Then you may have 100 base FX. This is the fast Ethernet. And then you may have 10G base T. This is the gigabit Ethernet. Right. So this first is indicating the speed, right? So now speed in Mbps, right? Then if we look at the frame format, so first there is a preamble and SFP. So both of this is to indicate the starting of the frame, right? So initially just SFP was introduced and it was fixed as 10, 10, 10 and 11, right? And people were assuming that this sequence of bits is not there in the data, right? But it is not possible. So they have included more initial field which is indicating the starting of the frame, right? So they have introduced the preamble, right? So this is 7 bytes of data and it is including 10, 10, 10 and so on up to 10, right? So 7 byte means it is including 56 bits, right? So up to 56 bits, this 10 will be repeated and this SFD is 1 byte, that is 8 bits, right? Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8. It is including 8 bits, so SFD is fixed. Then you have destination address DA. DA is also 6-bit destination address. And then you have source address. This is also 6 bits. And then it is length. It is, sorry, 6 bytes. This is bytes. This is bytes. This is also bytes, right? 2 bytes length. And then it is having data. So data will be minimum of 46 bytes to 1500 bytes, right? And then there is CRC, which is cyclic redundancy check of 4 bytes, right? So this is the complete frame format, right? If we look at the working of the Ethernet, or you can say the data link layer, so the Ethernet in your data link layer will be uh, responsible for hope to hope delivery. So in what sense we can consider hope to hope delivery? There may be a source and there may be a destination, right? So we know that the network layer is, if we say that source to destination delivery, that means you are in the source address is consisting of this address and destination address is consisting of this address, right? And between the source and destination, you may be having some switches, some router, and some other hosts, right? So your data is passing from all the in between hosts, right? So suppose there is some switch and some router and data is going on, right? So hope to hope delivery means your data link layer is responsible to send the data from this source to the switch, and then the data link layer in this is responsible. Now the source will be the switch and destination will be this router. And now and the next step will be the source will be the router and the destination will be the exact destination, right? So if you look at the frame format from here, in this source address of this source will be there. So at the physical address of this source will be there, right? And in the destination address, the destination of this switch will be there, right? Because at this time, the destination for the data link layer is this switch, right? So whenever the data has been arrived to this switch, the source address will be the physical address of this switch, and the destination address will be the address of this router, right? So the whenever you are sending the data, you know the physical address of yourself, right? But you don't know the physical address of the destination, right? So the physical address of this machine is not known, right? So what they will be doing, they will be using IP address. Right. So at this point, whenever the data is starting from here, starting from source, they are getting the particular destination's IP address. So if they are getting the destination's IP address, so here if it is the switch is the destination. If it wants to get the IP address of this switch, they will use the RARP protocol, right? Address resolution protocol, and they will get the IP address of this, and it will set the destination address to this IP address of the next host and send the data, right? So this is the meaning of hope to hope delivery. So the functionality of your data link layer is the hope to hope delivery. Right. What else we have? We have the length of the data. So it includes the total length of the data. Right. And if we come to the data, you can see that there is 46 bytes of data to 1500 bytes of data. Why the minimum data size is 46 bytes? Because as we have discussed, your Ethernet uses CSMA CD, and in all the CSMA protocols, it is necessary that transmission of the data should be going on whenever the first frame reaches the destination, right? So in order to avoid this collision, we need to be ensured that the data size is long enough that the transmission will be going on whenever the first frame reaches the destination, and the propagation time is less than the uh, propagation time of the you can say the transmission medium is less than the propagation time of the data, right? So this is why we need minimum 46 bytes of data and maximum you can have 1500 bytes of data. So this is the basic frame format of your Ethernet. So now almost no, complete syllabus is your syllabus is complete, right? So if you are having any doubts, you can ask. And is it clear with this HDLC and Ethernet frame format? Is it clear? Yes or no? Students, is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So your syllabus is complete. If you are having any doubts, you can ask me. And if you find yeah, actually Microsoft Teams is not working properly, so it is disconnecting frequently. So yeah, so please raise your hand whose Viva for the assignment is remaining. Please raise hand if your Viva. Yes, the students whose Viva for the assignment is not remaining, please, they may leave, but let me take the attendance first. Yes, so the students whose Viva is done, they may leave, and only yes, these four students may stay in the meeting. You may leave if
मैम
you
सीएन में पेपर स्टाइल क्या रहने वाली है?
CN में paper style. You please ask Vidhi ma'am, or I will no. You please ask Vidhi ma'am because I don't know. There may be some MCQs and some descriptive questions combined.